might not be your cup of tea, but I can promise you I'm somebody's glass of cognac.
It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard.
What's up, boo things? I'm Nicole, also known as Kollie Kole. In this video, I'm going to talk about dating in my late 30s, early 40s. I am 39 years old. I'm going to be 40 in November. And in this video, I want to talk about things that I have learned about myself in dating and things that I have learned about men. So if you want to touch on dating in 2024 in your 30s and 40s, then let's get into it. You know, just to give a little background story to make sure that you feel like I'm qualified to touch on this subject. I am 39 years old. My birthday is November 5th, and I will be 40 this year. And the topics that I'm going to touch on today, they are things that I have literally learned. I'm going to say in my 30s, because in my 20s, I was wild and I was living my best life. I did not care to have to worry about a man. If I dealt with you, I dealt with you. If I didn't, I didn't. I didn't really care. I didn't have the desire to have to care and worry about a man. Did you eat today? Are your clothes clean? You know, I had my string of bad relationships, and then I went through my phase where I chose not to care about what was going on with a man. If I dealt with him, I dealt with him. If I didn't, I didn't. And then in my 30s, it was a totally different ball game, you know, early 30s, because now I'm in my late 30s. I just needed to take time to actually live my life and purposefully be alone, be by myself, learn to enjoy who I am, learn to learn myself. Like, I had to learn myself, the things I like, things I don't like, and not just with men, with myself. Like, I had to learn to love myself and be okay with being by myself and enjoying my own company is what I did in my early 30s. And now I'm in my late 30s and we're dating, but purposefully dating. We're not just dating for shits and giggles. Like, I'm dating with the intent to hopefully find a husband. You know, just in case you were wondering who am I and how is it that I got an opinion on stuff, that's the background story. Now let's get into it. All right, ladies, let's touch on the first topic I want to talk about. I have learned in my late 30s, almost 40 stage of life, that every man I encounter is not the man for me. Every man that I meet doesn't even have the possibility of being the man for me. Just because we done met and we going out on a day or two, a meet and greet, that does not mean he is possibly the man for me. It does not matter sometimes how much you like a person, how charismatic the person might be, how well he may dress. He still might not be the man for you. Just because I like him does not mean he is the man for me. Just because I like certain things about him does not mean that he is the man for me. And that took me a long time to learn. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, because once upon a time I always thought when you were single and you were dating and you met someone that you liked, that person had the potential to possibly be the one. And no, most people that we meet are not, because most people that we meet, it's not anything of depth. It's all surface, and the surface part of it is what puts that person in a not even possible category. And it's just a time filler. Me, now, I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. So therefore, it don't matter how fine he is. It don't matter how charismatic he is. If the things that I'm looking for are not within this man, if this man does not have the list of things that I want in a life partner, then I'm not wasting my time no more. I'd rather be at home reading a book than entertaining for shits and giggles. This next topic is something that I have learned about men over the course of years. And not even from men that I have dated, but men within my close circle, and specifically like my dad, my brother. And if you have positive male figures in your life, you can learn a lot from them. FYI, I'm blessed in that aspect that I have a brother and a dad, and my brother's group of friends are all really good, reliable sources to have in-depth conversations into the thought process of a man when you are here dating in 2024 in your 30s and in your 40s. But to get to the point, I have learned that just the way women love compliments, men love compliments too. And I don't feel like I observe women complimenting men as much as men compliment women. So I have learned to compliment a man. If I see him and I like the way he's dressed, I'm going to say that. If I like the way he smells, I'm going to compliment his fragrance. And when I say that, I'm not like out here complimenting every man, but if I'm dating someone, and I mean, this is not even like seriously dating, like hell, you meet and you go out on a date. When you show up to the restaurant or the lounge or the coffee shop, if you like the way that man is dressed, say you look nice. Like, I like your fit, I like your shoes, I like your cologne, nice haircut. The same way we want to hear those things, you know, for me, one of my favorite is, oh, you smell good. So I like the feeling that I get when someone tells me that. Men like that too. They want to be recognized the same way that we want to be recognized. You know, men need the reassurance that what it is that they're doing to project outwardly is being seen. So it's different when you can see it, but yet if you don't say anything, there's always a little subconscious something going on in the back of your mind. And women, I know y'all know what I'm saying. So if you get that feeling of like when you go out and you feel like you do something a little bit extra and nobody notices, sometimes that can play with your mental. Most men never get real life compliments. Okay, yeah, you know what I mean? Get like, oh, you fine. But no one may be like, oh, that's a nice cologne. Like, what is that? Oh, I recognize those are whatever sneakers. It's all right to compliment a man. And for men, they're very simple creatures and they'll tell you that themselves. So for you to be like, you know, the masses and want to say, oh, I like your car, that is extremely simple. If you are dating this man and you're into him, pick something else. Like, I like your sense of humor. I like the way you articulate. I like how charismatic you are. Pick something internal, okay? It's all right to pick things on the outside, and I want you to pick things on the outside. I'm just saying you have to go past surface level sometimes when it comes to men, because they're simple creatures, but they need to feel like you see them, if that makes sense. At this point in my life, I have created an extremely safe and peaceful place. And when I say that, I don't mean like my home. I mean like my soul, my mental. Like, I am in a very peaceful, happy place. So when I find myself dating someone, I want to provide that for him. Like, I want him to feel like it's not, like, I do have my own safe space, but we are creating a safe space for each other. So when he's with me, I need him to feel as peaceful and as relaxed as I am, because I have learned when men are more relaxed, when they feel like this woman is a place of peace and is non-judgmental and is non-critical, that it physically allows them to relax. Like their body language is different, their mental state is different, and it's a freeing space for them to be more open. Like you don't feel like you have to pull things from them, because the space is literally just that, so peaceful that things will just flow from them. You don't have to feel like you're pulling teeth to get information from them and the burdens that they go through in life, just like we do. I mean, we're emotional creatures, so we tend to have a whole bunch of stuff going on all the time, even if nothing is really going on in our head. Sometimes it is. A lot of times they do too. They just don't talk about it, and they need that, but they're never going to let on that they have shit going on or that they need to get stuff off of their chest if the woman is not a safe space for them. And you can't provide a safe space for anybody if your own mental state is not well, which is where a lot of women fail. Like, you living in chaos, like in your own head and in your own mind, it's chaotic. So then you wonder why your relationships and your situationships are full of chaos, because chaos, you living in chaos. Therefore, chaos is around you. But also, within this safe space, I don't want my partner to feel judged or misunderstood. I want to learn how to convey that feeling to him so that he knows these things. I can want this all day long. I can want this to be a safe space. I can want him to not feel judged. I can want him to not feel misunderstood if he wants to talk to me about things. But I also have to learn how to provide that space to him. How to make, what is it that I need to do in order to make him feel like that? And that takes time. It's not gonna be learned overnight, but it is something that you will learn if you wanna be with that person. If you feel like this is someone you want to get to know on a deeper level, then you'll learn that person so that he wants to be vulnerable with you. And I want that. As a grown woman in her late 30s, early 40s, dating in 2024, I'm going to have the difficult conversations. Now, the difficult conversation may not come right off the bat. It may not be at the meet and greet. It may not be at the lounge on the second date or so. But after you meet the person and you done hung out a few times and you feel like this is a safe space, I like this person, we got to get past the surface. We got to get deep. Like, I need to know what, if any, traumas you have had as a child and as an adult, because I got them and I'm gonna talk about it, because I'm gonna need you to know so that you can understand the way my mind thinks, because it can be a maze going on up here, and if you don't take the time to learn, you're gonna be lost forever. So I don't want to be lost trying to learn my person. So we are going to have the deep conversations. I need to know that as a child, maybe you didn't get a lot of physical touch from your parents. So now as an adult, your love language may be physical touch, but that's because you want that. You didn't get that as a child, so now as an adult, you need that. So I, as your partner or wannabe partner, are going to be more conscious of making sure that I give you like an extra back rub your hand, just a little bit extra, because I know that's what you need. I want to know about finances. I don't need to know, not off the bat. I don't need to know what's in your checking and your savings account. But yeah, we need to talk about roundabout salary. Do you have a 401k? Do you have a savings? Do you not have a savings? Do you owe taxes? Because I do. I don't never get no money back. Anyway, Do you have unpaid child support? Because let's be honest, at this age, most people have been married. Most people have a child or children. So yeah, people got child support, people got alimony. These are things that need to be discussed. Mama, mute this part. We're gonna talk about sex. We need to talk about what you do like, what you don't like. I don't need to know no body count, but we do need to talk about what you do like, what you don't like, what you wanna do, what you might possibly do. We need to talk about all of this. That is what gets you to the point where you feel like, oh, I really like this person. Oh, I can deal with that. Oh, I can't deal with that. We can't just be sitting around talking about your favorite food and your favorite color. I need to know the tea, because I might not be your cup of tea, but I can promise you I'm somebody's glass of cognac. Okay, this next topic, it's literally something that I have just recently learned over the past, I would say maybe 2 years. Somebody brought it to my attention. I would be what we consider now as the strong one. You know, the strong friend, the strong sis, the strong daughter. You know, check on me sometimes. And thank you to those of you that do. But I'm so used to taking care of things or doing things or thinking about the next thing that needs to be done. When something gets done for me, or if somebody buys me something, in the moment, in the act, when it's done or given, I'm so focused on, somebody just got me something. You did that already? I ain't gotta do it? That my joy and excitement and graciousness and thank you doesn't convey because my brain is up here about, I ain't gotta do that. You got me some? And that's not good, okay? Don't do that. So I am learning, because I'm still learning, because again, my brain is always going. When somebody do something for you, well, no, we're gonna be specific. When your man or your partner that you're dating does something for you, be excited, because that man did not have to. He didn't have to get you those flowers. He didn't have to get you that gift. He didn't have to plan that date that you didn't have to do anything for. You just got dressed or you just showed up. Like, be excited. I'm not saying be fake, but be thankful, but it needs to physically be shown to that man that you appreciate him, you're thankful, like you're happy that he did that, because again, he did not have to. And men are very simple. If you show that you are thankful for what he did, I ain't gonna lie, it's like a puppy. If they see that this was a good thing, they tend to continue to do it. So that's why, if those are things you want your man to do, when he do it, you need to be excited. Show him, yay, babe, good job. Because then maybe he'll keep doing it. I have also learned that as much as I enjoy my own company, that has come from years of being single and living alone. And sometimes when dating, especially in the beginning phases, like in my mind, I'm thinking, ooh, I wish I was going out on a date. Wish I was going out to do something. But then when the man hit me up and be like, let's do this, let's do that, ABC, I be like, I just want to stay at home. I just don't want to be bothered. You gonna forever be single if you don't get outside them four walls. And I have been my own worst enemy. I have declined multiple dates because I just didn't want to leave my house. I would rather be at home watching my show, reading my book on YouTube, because that's easy. I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to do my makeup. I don't have to do my hair. And I just like myself and my space. But you gotta get out of that. If you don't want to be alone and you are in a phase where you want to date, then you're gonna have to get out of the habit of just wanting to be at home. Now, you ain't gotta be outside every day of the week, but if you enjoy that man and you like that man, I don't want to keep saying man, but if you like that person and you want to get to know that person, then when the opportunities come, then you got to get outside your four walls. And also, we're not going to be at home Netflixing and chilling every meeting or date or opportunity that you get to spend with that person. In the beginning, everyone is not Netflix and chilling at either one's house. Like, you got to be outside and put yourself in different environments, because that also allows you to see how that person is around other people. Even something as simple as how they treat the waitress. You know, are they rude? Do they treat them disrespectfully? Little simple things like that will allow you to learn more about the person. So make sure you get out the houses. Don't just be at home in the dating phases. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna hit y'all with my last topic that I feel like we need to get in this her video. And if you want to have more of these type of videos, and I'm gonna need you guys to get in the comment section and let me know, because I'm always rambling and having these conversations with myself. So if you want me to have more of them with you, get in the comment section and let me know, because I don't mind, girl. I be having a lot to say. There be a lot going on up here. But we gotta get out the text message thread. The text message thread is good for the girls, but for these men's, we gotta get out the text message thread. Now, text messages are okay, but you cannot be having full-blown conversations with a man that you're trying to get to know in the text message thread. And that's on our part and it's on their part, because some people don't know how to have conversations anymore, which is crazy to me, because all the 80s babies had phones. Like, that was the age when people had two lines in their house, because I had a line in my room and then there was a line outside, and when I got in trouble, my mama had my dad cut the whole line to my room, which I still don't know how they did that. But I talked on the phone as a teenager. So now, as adults, I don't understand how people our age don't know how to talk to each other. They don't know how to talk on the phone. Don't nobody want to FaceTime. Everybody want to be in a text message. I can paint my own picture based on what somebody put in the text message thread. I can put my own picture together and it'll be nothing what that person said in the text message thread. So make sure when you are purposefully dating, I think they call it now, what do they call it? Vetting and verifying, dating with a purpose, that you get out the text message thread. Have some phone calls. I ain't saying you gotta stay on the phone for hours, but make a quick phone call. Hey, how your day going? And see how the conversation flows. Now, over time, if you cannot hold a conversation with this person over the phone or over FaceTime, then maybe that's a reason that maybe this is not your person. If you cannot have a full-blown conversation on telephone or FaceTime without it feeling awkward or forced, we might need to second guess, is this somebody we really want to date? Because how this gonna be a life partner and y'all can't even talk on the phone, but you can be in these text message threads for days? It just seems a little odd to me. I ain't no relationship therapist, but it don't make sense to me. Alright, boo, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. Again, if you guys enjoyed this type of video, make sure that you comment down below. Please comment down below on any of the topics. Add any extra input, and or just have a whole discussion with me if you disagree about something in the comment section. I love you guys, and I'm gonna catch y'all in my next video. Bye.
Loving you is like a battle. And we both end up with scars.